What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Syndicate, where you know data meets dollars. How's everybody doing? God bless you all. Happy, what day are we on? Thursday. Happy Thursday to everybody. Thanks for coming back to watch another video. We are definitely in the hockey mode. Here we go right here. Let's go through this portion, where this tab is basically the overall projections for team win. So the money lines. All right, so based off the model, we got Montreal expected to win, heavily expected to win. We got Washington heavily expected to win, and we got Columbus expected to win heavily. Going down to the right, this is where you're going to see the edges. So here's the edge for those teams. It definitely identifies those teams are suspected to win. Win by 2, which is a great market. Once we dial this in, these are 2 high percentage chances, all 3 of these, to win by 2 and also to win outright. So we'll see how that flows and how that goes. But those are some definite plays to look at. I'm not saying I'm playing those plays, but those are some definite plays to look at. Goalies. This is a projected win probability based on the goalie. And basically in this situation, we identify whether or not the goalie, is going to have a great performance against that particular team. So the win probability is 0.31. Edmonton got better goalies. Going down, Montreal versus Chicago. Montreal has better goalies. So this is why the edge is also associated, the goalie form is also associated into the actual simulations to identify money line picks and who we're going to take on the slate. If you scroll down here at the end, it tells me like, dog, these are coin flip games. Be careful. The dog is live, and then you have your edge ones. Moving on down. Let's scroll down here. Let's jump into skaters. So here's your skater form. This is for all the skaters. Assists, names. Here's all their names down to the left. Here's all the names, all the skater forms for everybody. All right, everybody. And this is just basically a pool of all players. First goal, here's the first goal logic. These are all your projected players to get the first goal tonight. So here you have it. The higher the number, the better for first goals. I'm just going to scroll down here so you can see and just pause it. The teams are on the far left. Toronto, Washington. Here tells you what actual team the player plays for. So here it says Toronto versus Washington. Dylan Strom, Washington. He's at a 4.91. We do got some other guys that's a lot, has larger numbers than him. So you can pause the video, go through all that. But then, of course, I simplified it for y'all. And then we went to the prop dashboard. This is the prop dashboard. Let me switch this to all. This is mainly where I come in, and this is where I do my thing. All right, so this is the prop dashboard. On the far right, these are all the players on the far right who's suspected to do their thing tonight for their respective team. All right, these are all the guys on the right that's suspected to get loose. All right, now what I did with this is I changed the logic also with this as well. So if you scroll down to the right, now we have a complete full table. This is a table of its own. This is a top 10 table on the left, or top 15. I changed it to top 15 from top 10. And to the right, this is its own basic table, okay? This is telling us the confidence level, the edge percentage that we have, if it's a bet flag, yes or no. And scrolling down further, if the tier is in a solid tier, an elite tier, strong tier, or a weak tier. All right. So all these guys here pass every threshold and they belong in the top of the list. All their projections are confident. These are the most confident projections on the majority of players here. All right. In this table, you got your shots on goal projections, your points projections, your assist projections. I told you I was going to add assists in there. I added assists and I also added first goal probability. So here's your list, like this guy right here, Connor, 7.57 on the first goal probability. That's high. Frank is high. They both play for the same team. You see what I mean? So you might play them both. It don't matter if you miss one. If one of them hit you up, period. No question about it. Way up. So that's that logic right there. If you scroll down here, well, if I open it up, that's just the opposing team or the actual team they play for, and then here's the opposing team, and here's their projected goals. So then, with this table being so large, I then scroll down, and now I updated this from the top 10 to the top 15. So now you got the top 15 goals. All right, the top 15. And I did fix the NHL alert bot. So now every time y'all get alerts, it's definitely official and everything's official. All right, before it was just hammering anything. So I paused it out and then I fixed it. So now all the alerts are ahead of schedule. You know, you get alerts in the Discord quicker than you get alerts from the betting sites. So, you know, we got you. I got you. You gonna be all right. All right. So here, these are the bet flags. This doesn't identify that each one of these you should bet. It's ones that you should evaluate and identify whether or not you want to bet. These are worth your time. All right. Here's the edge percentage. We have edges on all the bets that we place. All right. This information is going to be, listen, once y'all play with it for a little while, y'all see it, just go off of this and it's in your hands. Then you're going to be like, oh my, I can do this. All right. And then as you see here, here's bet flag saying no. So these are the model's top goal scorers. Since we've ran the model every day, we have hit 2 or more goal scorers. So we increased the list to 15. So we are suspecting and anticipating to hit 4 or more. All right, 4 or more goals out of this 15 list. All right, out of this prop 15 list. If you went to it like that, then you can definitely, you know, remember this list, go over it tomorrow, and we're going to hit at least 2, but we're going for 4. But in this 15, we really got 13 because these two are saying no bets. But they still might get, you know, they risky plays. We're going to identify them as such, but we still have an edge on those risky plays. All right, scrolling down some more. We got shots on goal. So here's your shots on goal. As you see, we still have the bet flags on no, even though they might be elite or strong. It's coming back. The edge isn't there, so we saying no, but they are still solid bets on the shots on goal. All right, we gave you the top 15. All right, per team or top team. All right, here's the points. Here's all the top points, projections. All right, this is a risky play, but it's a valuable play. With this green line right here, this means that it's a risky play, but a valuable play. So we might play with that. Here's your top points projections. All right. And it's marked by elite. And these are not saying that you should bet each one right now. Right now, what it is identifying is that these are worth double looks. These are bet worthy. All right. These are bet worthy. These are bet worthy, basically. But don't bet them all because they all ain't going to hit. But they are worth considering because they're the top. They're the top of the group. You know what I mean? Of all the games that's today, these are the top guys that the model says will perform in their category. All right. And then, of course, we added the first goal scorer logic. All right. As you see, the bet flag says don't bet none of these. You see, the logic is there. I know. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. So anyway, like I said, risky bets are risky bets. And this is the model. So everything on the right side, this green, is all the top players just basically on value. These are the top players that we should monitor, look at, identify to perform tonight. All right. Let's look. We got Suzuki. Suzuki out here goals projected 0.44, assists 0.43, points projected 0.9, confidence 63, edge 7. All right, so we going to identify the guys with the top edge, like this 39 right here. Bam. Adrian keeps coming up. I need to research him and see what he's about. Really, I do. But this is 10 minutes. Also, yesterday, I'm sorry, I did post a video explaining or setting up the, I tried to do 2-in-1 video. I wanted to do the NBA since it was only 2 games in the NHL. So I tried to just throw those two together, mash them up. But I got this new microphone right here that you're hearing me on now. And I'm going to explain to you how I acquired this microphone. So I met a gentleman throughout my daily activities, and he has 156,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? And we just start talking about YouTubes and, You know, he was sharing his YouTube and I was sharing my YouTube, and we're going back and forth just discussing YouTube. And he was discussing how he had 156,000 subscribers. So he was, you know, watching the video, listening to the video, and he was like, I got something for you. And the next day we met, he was like, here you go, I got this for you. And I was like, all right, thank you. And it was a microphone, this microphone I'm using now. And I was like, I appreciate that. And then he was like, but in the meantime, in the midst of that, he was looking for somebody in a certain niche. And I knew somebody that was in that niche. So I helped him out and I connected them like immediately and got on the phone and, you know, made that connection. And everything went as smooth as pie. So then the next day, next time I saw him for the meeting, he brought me this microphone. So the microphone cut out in the midst of me using it because it's wireless. So I had to charge it, and I guess I didn't charge it. So that's the backstory on that situation and why I was unable to merge the two. That's why I said in the comment, it's a good segue for me to discuss that. It was a lot deeper than what I'm telling you, but it was a great experience nonetheless, and great conversation. So that's what's transpiring. Here's your hockey model, guys. Leave it in the comments. That's all I got to say. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's the Sports Syndicate. We out.